Hey guys, can you believe today is our last Tomato Tuesday video of 2020? Unbelievable. This is the 28th Tomato Tuesday video this year. That's a lot of tomato information, maybe too much. So whether you found me on one of these 28 Tomato Tuesday videos, or you found me on the original tomato video last year, which by the way is up to 5 million views at this point, incredible. I'm just glad you're here. I don't care if you're a new viewer, a longtime viewer, I appreciate every single one of you. So not only is this the last Tomato Tuesday video of the year, it's also the first day of fall. And not only that, today happens to be my birthday. Now the original idea for this video, which I announced last week and nobody said anything, was all the mistakes that you guys have made and told me about and things that I did that didn't quite work. Well, I didn't realize until I was going through the last 27 videos that I already did that video a couple months ago. So I had to change my mind on that. And so today's video is going to involve 4 things about this year's tomato growing. It's going to include something that I'm really annoyed with and almost angry about. And I don't get angry easily, but this did it. And so I'll go through that. It's also got me revealing something that I changed my mind on after a full season's growth. I'm also going to be showing you an experiment, a tomato experiment that I was doing this year. Hadn't told you about it yet because I wanted to see if it was going to work, but it's going to probably 10x our tomato crops next year. And the 4th thing is a confirmation that one of the growing techniques that I use and teach you guys absolutely 100% works. So let's get into the first one. I'm going to talk about my annoyance and my anger for a little bit, so bear with me. Several months ago, I think back in May, way back, one of our first Tomato Tuesdays actually, I showed you a product, a tomato hook, that was going to revolutionize the way we did things. And you guys got so excited about it. I mean, literally hundreds of you, if not 1,000 of you, were like wanting that, wanting those tomato hooks. Remember those? That has been a literal summer of frustration with me and with some of you. I get asked every week, have those tomato hooks come in yet? Are they available yet? And unfortunately, the answer is still no. And the reason I'm angry about it is the company that was producing those or produced those hooks contacted me last November. So we're coming up on a year. And they sent me some to try. And I had tried hooks in the past and they'd been very inferior in quality, and these were awesome. And in January, February, we started talking about bringing them to market. Now, they were a company that was outside the US. And so to get their product on Amazon was going to be a real simple thing. And then COVID hit, and then it was hard to do things on Amazon, and Amazon was prioritizing things. And anyway, I just kept hearing on and on about how they couldn't do it. And then they stopped responding to my emails. Frustrating. And about, I don't know, a few days ago, I heard from them and they said they're still having problems with Amazon. So you know what? Enough is enough. And the thing is, you know, a few of you had found those, well, had found the hooks somewhere on Amazon, not theirs, and you were purchasing them and telling us where you purchased them. And the reason I didn't promote any of that was because, number one, I've bought on Amazon before and I've gotten inferior hooks that just bent when any weight was applied. Number two, most of the legitimate companies require you to buy like 500 to 1,000 hooks, and that's just not realistic for the home gardener or feasible monetarily. And then the other reason was usually when you find these links, whether the product's good or not, they've got like 20 products left. Hurry up, buy it, buy now. 5 products left, 10 products left. Well, as soon as I put out a link and there's, you know, thousands of you watching, they're going to be sold out in 2 minutes. And so the link would be dead at that point. So Emily and I discussed it, and we decided that we're going to take the risk and we are going to buy wholesale a ton of tomato hooks and then sell them to you guys through our website. And that's the only way that I can guarantee that you guys are going to get a quality product and actually get it shipped to you and all that good stuff. Because I'm not going to just... Anyway, I'm putting all that behind me now. So I'm working with a company right now, trying the product and putting together some kind of a deal that I can get. They are also out of the United States, but they produce these hooks for huge commercial growers. And so quality's there, and I think I'll be able to get the price right too. So we'll do some giveaways and things when that comes out. I'll probably do a pre-order because I know I'm crazy doing this. I can't imagine the orders that are going to come in and that Noah and Emily are going to have to pack and fill. But it's exciting to be able to get you a product that truly is going to revolutionize how you grow your tomatoes. So be watching. I will probably put out a notice in, I don't know, December, January about pre-ordering. Let me know right now down in the comments if, first of all, you saw that video and know what I'm talking about. And second of all, if you were hoping to buy some this year. And then that will let me know kind of what to jump in the market at. But anyway, enough of that. On to our second subject. So I did an experiment this year on trying to get more productivity out of our tomatoes. And so far, so good. I will kind of do a full video on this in the spring, but I did want to let you in on a kind of a sneak preview because I'm excited about it. I got to thinking about it because I noticed, you know, I tell you to pinch out the side growth, right? And I do that. But in doing that, obviously you miss some, you go out of town, and there's like a 2-foot long sucker growing out of the tomato. Well, I noticed that some suckers on the same plant, some suckers grew maybe 10, 12 inches and set some blossoms. And some were like 2 feet long or more and then finally set blossoms. And so here's the experiment and what I'm doing. I'm not pinching out the suckers or the side growths immediately. I'm waiting until they get to the 10, 12 inch mark. If there are blossoms there, then all I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that sucker, but I'm going to pinch the top off of the sucker so it doesn't grow any further, but it does ripen that truss of flowers, or hopefully get pollinated and then ripen them. But that adds a ton of tomatoes for each one. Now, if they grow to the 12 inch mark and I don't see any blooms, I'm pinching the whole thing off. It will still keep our plants compact. They'll be a little bushier, but still manageable and not too thick with growth of green leaves. So I'm very excited about this. Again, I literally just started doing this about 3 weeks ago, and so far, so good. So I'm going to keep progress of this on camera, so next year in the spring I can walk you through it visually and show you what I'm doing. Who wants to get 10 times the tomatoes on their plants? Me. Okay, so the next thing is I changed my mind about San Marzano tomatoes. Originally, back in the beginning of the season, I said that I probably wouldn't grow them again, that they did not produce like the Romas. Well, I was wrong. They just needed to hit their stride, and now they are covered in fruit, and I'm actually getting a lot of canning tomatoes. Now, I still think the Romas were better producers, and they were a little less subject. These are very subject to blossom end rot if they don't get the right amount of water. So I will grow them again, but mixed with Roma tomatoes. So for the next thing we want to cover, we have to head over to my mom's house. So this was another experiment. Actually, it was laziness, but same thing. Any mistakes in the garden, including laziness, you can call an experiment. And it really ended up being one because we're at my mom's and I was going to string them up the way I've taught all of you to do. But one thing led to another, it didn't happen, and they just kind of took over this area. So the premise is that to string them up, you take out all the green growth that doesn't produce anything, and you get better and more tomatoes. Well, we proved it because she got some nice tomatoes, but not that many. And I don't know if are there any on here?
San Marzanos.
just the San Marzanos. So no more heirloom tomatoes that she's got here. That's a problem. We still have plenty of months left for this to be producing, and it's not. It's put all of its energy into the plant and not the tomatoes. So I can check that off on the successful implementation at my house of the way I've taught you to do it. So don't do it this way. Do it the way I told you, and you won't have this problem. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the last Tomato Tuesday of 2020. I look forward to doing a whole new series next spring. But for now, I think we've done all we can do. I'll see you next time. So for the next thing we want to cover, we have to head over to my mom's house. So we could drive over there, but my favorite show growing up was Bewitched, and all she did was twiddle her nose and she was gone. So let's do that. It'd be a lot faster, and we're losing light. It worked! That's so cheesy, we can't use that.